Hey, good morning. What's going on, Jerome's? Undisclosed tribal location, and even though it's like 6 in the morning, like airports are international waters, so there really aren't no rules. Also, really OG Jerome's will remember when we started every video like a sip of coffee. It was actually kind of funny. But we want to take a moment to talk about trading up for a quarterback. Now, there's been some steam as of late about the Vikings either taking Hendon Hooker in the first round or trading up for a guy like Will Levis. Now, I fully understand why people are apprehensive, because even with the rookie wage scale, gambling on a quarterback, especially giving up future first-round picks, which was what the Vikings would probably have to do to move up for Levis, it is a gamble. And I think that people are too hung up on, well, what if he's another Christian Ponder? What if he busts? What if he's bad? Too many people ask the question, what if the quarterback is bad? And not enough ask, what if the quarterback is good? Because it's a non-zero chance that he busts. It's also a non-zero chance that he's an absolute stud, right? And where do you think you're going to find the Vikings Mahomes? Where do you think the Vikings are going to find their quarterback of the future, their stud going forward? Where do you think it's going to be? Do you think he just walks in off the street, comes into TCO Performance Center bar and goes like, I'm here, baby? No. Like, you have to take swings in the draft. That's why we are very much team draft a quarterback every single year. And that's what good teams have done as in recent years. You look at Andy Reid in Philly. Even though he had McNabb for all those years, he was constantly churning the backup quarterback position, investing draft picks, and then trading those guys away. Remember Kevin Cobb? Absolutely. And with Belichick in New England, like, he had Tom freaking Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, and he was still spending mid-round picks on Jimmy Garoppolo, on Jabroni Brisket, on Rohan Davey, on Matt Castle, 7th-round flyer back in the day. Because guess what? The backup quarterback position is important, and that's how important the quarterback position is overall. And if you don't have the guy, you have to keep taking swings until you find the guy. And Kirk Cousins last year was phenomenal, right? And the best year of his career, Kevin O'Connell, but he's going to be 35. He cannot play forever, and the Vikings need to find their guy. And Quasi Analytics has to show that the greatest competitive advantage is when you have your guy. And Kirk, like we said, how long can he play at a high level? 1, 2, 3 more years? That's it. And Kellen Mond obviously was not the guy, but they didn't draft Kellen Mond. So I think that all signs point to, even though the Vikings lack draft picks, I think that they know that they're going to be locked in and be a good team this year. So their first round pick is going to be late anyway. I think Quincy is ready to gamble, give up a couple of future first round picks, and go get their guy. Whether it's Will Levis, whether it's Anthony Richardson, whether it's CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, don't really know. But again, no gamble, no future, no risk it, no biscuit. All the cliches, right? And again, I think people are too hung up on the flaws of the quarterbacks, because they all have flaws. CJ Stroud, actually CJ Stroud's pretty good, but Richardson, rawness, Levis, rawness, as well as 2022 tape, as well as Bryce Young, height, questions, durability, Hendon Hooker, old, ACL, that whole thing. But you have to focus on what they can do, because there's a world in a simulation where all these quarterbacks become Hall of Famers. There's a world in simulation where all these guys bust, every single one. Like, there's no such thing as a sure thing, whether it's a first-round pick, second-round pick, 7th-round pick, unless you're Brock Purdy, or UDFA, right? So I'm all for the Vikings gambling and taking a shot, because guess what? You can't win the lottery unless you buy a ticket. That's right. No gamble, no future. Get after it, man. But that's it. Anyways, Skull, no production value.